but this Kendrick and Drake beef has been absolutely insane. Here's everything you need to know to be fully up to date with all the news. This feud between the rappers has been going on for years, but it was only till Drake and J. Cole hopped on the track First Person Shooter that it began to gain some real momentum. As J. Cole stated, referring to Kendrick and Drake being the top 3 in the rap scene, Kendrick was not pleased to hear this and responded on Metro's new album stating, "Remember, this was on an album titled We Don't Trust You." Quickly after this, J. Cole dropped an album that featured a track called 7 Minute Drill, which was a diss towards Kendrick, but after only being up for a couple days, he removed it from the album. This is what he had to say about it afterwards.
"I damn near had a relapse, right? And I got my like, what you gonna do, Cole? Bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world wanna see blood. That don't sit right with my spirit. So what I wanna say right here tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a microphone?"
Now Cole had thrown the white towel in for this beef. Drake responded, as he had clearly felt it was him fighting a 1v20, and more diss tracks also started to appear from him, even one from former collaborator Rick Ross. So Drake put out his retaliation called Push-Ups. Also threw some shots directly at Metro Boomin, stating, which Metro responded by releasing a beat as requested from Drake titled BBL Drizzy. Then we found ourselves in a back and forth of diss tracks. Diss track that took this beef to a new level was Meet the Grahams by Kendrick Lamar, with claims such as, if any of this is true, Drake clearly has some explaining to do, as these are some serious allegations that were thrown his way. Drake, however, did respond with his own track titled The Heart Part 6. The title is a play on Kendrick's The Heart series. This is what he had to say. Many fans have begun arguing online now regarding both of these tracks. Many Kendrick fans are using the argument that this isn't the first time Drake hit a child, so why would we believe him he's not done it again, and with the pedophile allegations? Many Kendrick fans are asking why Drake mentioned Millie Bobby Brown in that track when Kendrick never brought her name up. But this beef may have now moved on from just raps. As of yesterday, a security guard outside Drake's mansion in Toronto has been seriously injured following a shooting.
Security guard who was shot outside the mansion of the rapper, I should say, Drake.
It's too early to know if this is related to the beef, but it is certainly suspicious.
They sent shots at Drake after Drake dissed him.
Okay, so that's how it's gonna be.
YB had smoke for J. Cole too.
I'ma troll all you think you can play with me, call me crazy. I'ma say some crazy call me crazy.
Is it officially YB versus everybody? How many more problems is NBA Youngboy gonna get into?
I don't want peace. I want problems, always.
It seems like ever since he got out of jail, trouble has been finding his way, whether he's antagonizing it or not. His most recent battle was against J. Cole, and weirdly enough, his issues with J. Cole is somewhat connected to Drake, who he had issues with before Jermaine. Now that Drake's new album is out, rap lyrics have been deciphered as a YB diss. YB himself sent shots back, and now we may see a bigger problem arise.
This has got bad news written all over it.
Drake and Youngboy's issue started when Youngboy got a call from Drizzy telling him how much he likes his music, but can't get any features done with him because of his relationship with Lil Durk. If you didn't know already, Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy have been going through a lengthy beef that could possibly take more lives than just King Von. NBA Youngboy didn't like that Drake seemed to be taking sides, so he lashed out on a song and online. Jay Prince Sr. got involved, warning NBA Youngboy that he shouldn't make enemies with with Drake. But if you know NBA Youngboy, then you know he doesn't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Especially when it comes to J. Prince Sr. Youngboy has found himself lashing out again on Drake after it seems like Drake sent shots his way on his new album For All the Dogs. Really got NBA Youngboy in a bad mood. Speaking on NBA Youngboy, spending time in federal prison could be one way to look at it. However, very likely that Youngboy took not having money to pay his federal tax as an insult to his record label situation. After he was released from jail and placed on house arrest in Utah, NBA Youngboy seemed to have had a huge meltdown about his standings with Atlantic Records. While trying to get his masters, NBA Youngboy will find himself having the toughest time to gain whatever power that he could from the label that signed him to a 5-studio album deal. He eventually fulfilled the contract and signed to Motown for a big bag. But if Atlantic Records was taking advantage of him, who knows what's going on with Motown? NBA Youngboy would respond to Drake via Instagram story, telling him to try again. He also posted a video saying that Drake knows how he comes when it comes to beef. So now, we may just see J. Prince Sr. jumping back in the mix to play middleman. You know how that goes. On the flip side of the negativity, J. Cole had a feature on Drake's album and had some words about YB as well. Some of his bars were dedicated to Top to clear the rumors about him not wanting to do a song with him. What's up with other huge artists not wanting to do a song with Youngboy? Anyway, Youngboy said J. Cole ghosted him on a feature, so he sent him a muscle emoji in a text, and he can't wait until he sees him.
So I text this line, the muscle sign, I swear it's gonna be nice to meet you.
Sounds like Youngboy is ready to handle his problems in person. J. Cole responded, dispelling the rumors that he ghosted him, and also says that he still wants to do a feature. Looks like the ball is in Youngboy's court now when it comes to collabing with Cole. Drake, on the other hand, may really be on Youngboy's hate list. It's already enough that he's established a no-friend zone with J. Prince Sr. years before his problems with Drake. Now he's inserted himself into their issues and could be threatening him if he doesn't piece it up with Drake, add his beef with Lil Durk, and throwing some bars his way. This could be a possible forever FU from Youngboy to the board.
Over losing Rihanna to A$AP Rocky. Drake's latest diss track has got everyone talking, and not just about his beef with Kendrick Lamar. People think he's still hung up on Rihanna, and he's taking it out on A$AP Rocky, the man that stole her from him. Rihanna and A$AP, who've been together since 2020, are parents to 2 boys, Riza and Riot Rose. But before A$AP, from 2009 to 2016, Rihanna had an on and off again thing with another rapper, Drake. Throughout that time, they teamed up for bangers like Take Care, What's My Name, and Work, and behind closed doors were allegedly sleeping with each other. Things took a turn for the worse publicly when Drake declared his feelings for Rihanna at the VMAs, and it backfired.
She's someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old. She's one of my best friends in the world. All my adult life, I've looked up to her even though she's younger than me.
Throughout that time, Drake and A$AP were on good terms, with Drake showing up at A$AP's concerts and even gifting him a $150,000 chain in 2020. But once Rihanna and A$AP made their relationship public, Drake unfollowed both of them on Instagram, the ultimate passive-aggressive millennial move. On his October drop, For All the Dogs, Drake targeted both A$AP and Rihanna. In Fear of Heights, Drake grabs attention right off the bat by repeating Anti, nodding to Rihanna's album. He goes further, calling out their sex life as just average, likely a jab at Rihanna's track Sex With Me. Drake lashed out at people who think he's still hung up on Rihanna.
Look.
A$AP didn't waste time clapping back through Kid Cudi's new album, Insano. On the track, Wow, A$AP aims directly at Drake. A mandrake is a plant root used historically to treat stomach problems. A clever dig at Drake, who once canceled multiple shows because of stomach issues. On Metro's latest album, while everyone was focused on Kendrick dissing Drake, A$AP was also taking shots on Show of Hands. He used used Rihanna's infamous bad girl Riri nickname to subtly jab at Drake, hinting that he still has feelings for her. ASAP then implied he'd been with Sophie Brousseau, the mother of Drake's son, Adonis. Now, in the middle of his rap battle with Kendrick, Drake also took aim at ASAP again in Family Matters. Rakim is Rocky's real name. Drake is referencing Sophie, his baby mama. Drake took a jab at Rocky's standing in the rap game, saying people care more about his fashion than his music. He keeps going, teasing that ASAP's only noteworthy moments are his personal life updates, like having a kid, hinting he needs another big event to stay relevant. Drake's predicting ASAP's future music will be just mid, and that he should stick to modeling. When Drake mentions Fenty, Rihanna's brand, he implies Rocky is only winning because of his relationship with her. Finally, Drake's saying even Rihanna would tell Rocky to steer clear of beef with Drake.
Rihanna has been dragging on for what feels like forever, and it's starting to get real weird. He just dropped a video of them rehearsing Take Care, and while it's cute, it's also a little off, considering how often he brings her up. Oh, and let's not forget him, rocking a t-shirt with Rihanna's face on it. Rihanna's had enough, and she's warning Drake, cut it out, or there will be consequences.
I end up in this situation where I don't have the fairy tale like, oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna, and like this is like so perfect.
It all kicked off back when Drake and Rihanna first crossed paths during the filming of her debut music video, On the Replay. Ever since then, it seems like Drake has been absolutely head over heels for her. They had an on and off thing going on until around 2016. But while Drake was all about showing his love for Rihanna, she was always pretty clear that they were just good friends. Drake has even gone on record saying that he once dreamed of settling down with Rihanna, painting a picture-perfect family life. On LeBron James's HBO show, The Shop, Drake got real about how life didn't exactly go the way he planned, reflecting on his missed fairy tale ending with Riri.
Oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna, and like this is like so perfect. Or like, Drake, yeah, it's like it looks so good on paper. I wanted that too.
But life, as it does, had other plans. Fast forward to that infamous moment in 2016 at the MTV Video Music Awards when Drake declared his love for Rihanna while presenting her with the Video Vanguard Award.
She's someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old.
But when he leaned in for a kiss, Rihanna straight up dodged him. Riri later opened up to Vogue about how uncomfortable that whole situation was, saying she doesn't like being put on blast like that. Waiting through that speech was probably the most uncomfortable part. I don't like too many compliments. I don't like to be put on blast. When asked about the current state of their friendship, she made it clear, we don't have a friendship now, but we're not enemies either. It is what it is. Since then, Drake has kept dropping references to Rihanna in his music, and it's clear he hasn't fully moved on. Like, remember when Rihanna announced her pregnancy with ASAP Rocky in January 2022? The very next day, Drake unfollowed her on Instagram. And if that wasn't enough, reports later surfaced that Drake was hopeful that their kids could have playdates one day. And let's talk about the music. Drake has definitely let his feelings slip through his lyrics. On his track, Virginia Beach, he makes a not-so-subtle reference to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's relationship, rapping about how he could have treated her better. Then, in Fear of Heights, he went even further, dissing her relationship with Rocky and suggesting that sleeping with Rihanna wasn't all that great. The shade didn't stop there, though. Drake also claimed he's been with way better women than her. In February 2024, during one of his performances, he refused to sing his part from Work, a 2016 collab with Rihanna, saying, I don't sing this song no more. You can sing it for me. But then he went ahead and sang parts of it anyway. Like, why include the song in your set list if you're not about it? Unless, of course, you're just trying to get her attention. Fans have been calling out Drake for his behavior, labeling it as peak loser vibes. Even during his feud with Kendrick Lamar, he couldn't resist throwing shade at Rihanna and ASAP. He took shots at Rocky for having kids with Reed, while he had his son with Sophie Brousseau. The comparison was so unnecessary and felt like Drake was just bitter. Rihanna, on the other hand, has been living her best life, seemingly unbothered by Drake's antics. The only time she's ever come close to addressing the situation was when she posted, and quickly deleted, a message saying, "None of my exes are married or in happy relationships, so it's safe to say I wasn't the problem."
Kanye West said the elimination of Drake is motivating him and others. Is World War Drake just beginning? Kanye West just dropped the remix for Like That, and he is full-on dissing Drake and J. Cole. While every rapper associated with Drake you can think of is starting to turn against him, Kanye West has jumped into the melee looking for all the smoke. He says that Future called him up to be a part of the plot to eliminate Drake from the music industry.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here.
And since they already had problems before, he's gone straight to work. He threw some light jabs at J. Cole by saying his music will always ruin the moment when women are around. And aside from the diss track, he may have revealed why he wants to eliminate Drake so bad. Let's break it down.
Check this out.
Yeezy sat down for an interview to talk about his new verse on the Like That remix and says that he was minding his own business before Pluto called him for it. We've already heard the original version that included Kendrick Lamar dissing Drake and sending subtle shots at J. Cole. Before the remix even starts, Kanye tells Kendrick that he has his back against Drake. Didn't even know Kanye and Kendrick had that type of relationship. Or maybe, just maybe, this is for Kanye's sake.
Why don't we take a break? We'll come back and...
Ye and Drake's beef started years ago, and it eventually turned into hella subliminals being sent at each other. Kanye was going through tough times with his ex-wife Kim Kardashian, and was showing that he was on a downward spiral.
Bro, bro, I ain't finished.
Drake was going through a public beef with Pusha T, who is, or was, the president of Kanye's record label, Good Music. The beef escalated when Pusha exposed Drake's ultimate secret in a diss track, the birth of his first son packaged in an Adidas ad. So he thought Kanye told Pusha because, well, whole time Drake's closest musical partner and longtime friend 40 was pillow talking with a chick that Pusha knew. And just like that, the secret was out. Drake still sent shots at Kanye.
When you put things into perspective, you know, Adidas has Kanye, I think.
But all of the shots went too far, so he shot back. And since then, he goes in and out with hate or admiring Drake. Being added to what he calls the elimination of Drake seems to be about as exciting for him as he says it is for everyone else involved. He also may have other reasons for disliking Drake, like his position in the industry. Kanye says Drake signed a lifetime contract with an extremely important music executive named Lucian Grange. Lucian Grange is the head of Universal Music, one of the biggest entertainment labels ever.
Oh, snap.
Kanye calls Lucian Drake's rich baby daddy. According to Kanye, since Drake is a top earner for Universal, he can simply call his rich baby daddy to get him whatever he wants, which gives him a way bigger advantage over other artists when it comes to streaming and other incentives. Could there be a chance that Drake can control the careers of every other artist signed under Universal if they move him the wrong way? Kanye's influence and voice is still very powerful, yet he believes Drake is being put on a pedestal despite his raps being trash nowadays. Drake hasn't addressed Kanye since the Like That remix drop, and probably never will. Since he already spent so much time on Kanye years before, he wants to put his energy towards someone else. Someone else like Kendrick Lamar. Since that Like That verse, Drake has been trying to get Kendrick to stop hiding so they can get the beef over with. He's already released 2 diss tracks toward Kendrick, one of them including AI verses by Tupac and Snoop Dogg. He's also been making it clear that he's extremely ready to address the decade-long shots Kendrick has been shooting at him. He also wants him to drop the secret diss track everyone has been talking about for years that suggests it would ether Drake's career. So Drake is strapped up, ready to go to war, and Kanye is basically shooting bullets in the air. Will any of them finally land on Drake's career? We just gotta wait and see.
Got leaked, and it's taking social media by a storm. Fans have been eagerly awaiting a response from Drake ever since Future, Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross, The Weeknd, and Metro Boomin went after him on the collab album We Don't Trust You, referring to all of them not trusting Drake. Now, an audio that was leaked this morning of Drizzy called Drop and Give Me 50 is making its rounds on social media, throwing shots back at all of them. The majority of the track's anger is reserved for Kendrick Lamar. Drake has several bars attacking smaller Kendrick, calling him a pipsqueak that he had to hike down to for this reply, and a so-called big stepper that wears size 7 men's. The main angle Drake takes, though, is on Kendrick's business relationship with his former label, alleging that Top took a lion's share of Kendrick's profits and made him do lame pop collabs for money. The push-up theme plays off the jokes fans have been making about Kendrick being war-ready because he posts workouts on Instagram. Drake ends the song daring Kendrick to drop the nuclear diss he's reportedly sitting on or shut your mouth, alleging that Kendrick has had one for 4 years and still hasn't pushed the button. Metro Boomin gets an extremely quick shot in this track. Drake essentially tells him to stop talking and keep playing with instruments. Drake also goes after The Weeknd, referring to the amount of features The Weeknd has given to Future and Metro. Drake states that The Weeknd is generating a high amount of money for Cash XO, his manager, and then spending it on men in the form of tricking. He also blasts Future, who seemed to go after him on his latest album. Drake claps back by insisting that he was the one who granted Future his first song to chart #1. Many clips have surfaced of the rappers that dissed Drake not too long ago, showing how they thanked Drake in the beginning of their career for helping them get to the top.
Without this man, Drizzy motherfucking Drake, there'd be no motherfucking Weeknd, there'd be no XO. So please, make some noise for my mentor, my brother, and my friend, Drizzy motherfucking Drake.
Drake's a real good dude, first and foremost. You know, he heard my music probably a year back. Reached out and just gave me respect on it.
The only person that put on for me when I ain't have nobody was Drake. I'm talking about Drake was the first person to put on, like, before anybody. He didn't want to sign me. Yeah. It was like, yo, that's raw talent, yo. Like, you gotta shine, yo. I'm gonna see to it. I forever owe Drake.
Fans are concerned about what could have possibly happened for all of these artists to come forward and attack Drake at the same time. But according to Drake's team, this is only the beginning, and they're ready with a lot more ammunition if they keep slandering Drake's name. Tune back for more updates.